minute. Who are you?
What's up, everybody? It's Evan Money and JC the Blind Jedi.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
So we are here with our UFC 256 review, and that is what I will give this card right now.
Yeah. Let's figure this out. This is not something I was expecting. Let's go through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay, so the first fight, Junior Dos Santos versus Cyril Gane. Wow. Okay, 2 rounds. Gane gets a knockout. Really not much more to say with that one.
Gane looked impressive, though. I mean, he was able to keep his distance, keep his range. Really was hitting some really good leg kicks throughout the entire fight, honestly.
I mean, they really didn't look like much, and it really didn't show really up until that last, 30 seconds of the second round.
Yeah.
And he started to put together, pain and punches, and all of a sudden, Junior Dos Santos, his guard started to go down, and next thing you know, he got hit, got clipped. And then there's a little bit of a controversy on the ending. Junior Dos Santos was claiming that the elbow hit him in the back of the head and was claiming it was an illegal hit. There was, the referee was apologizing and talking to him and talking his way through it, but Cyril still gets the win. They said he's probably going to move up into the top 10. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the top 10, and the top 10 is obviously stacked, especially from 5 up. I mean...
Yeah, Ngannou, Blades, Rosenstruck, Lewis, and...
Overeem.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So...
Overeem, they put him to the wolves thinking Overeem was going to lose these last 2 fights, and he's beaten both the guys.
And honestly, if he makes it up into the top 10, somebody like Overeem, I think, would be a good test for Gane next.
Yeah. That would be the perfect fight. That would be a nice, good kickboxing fight.
No, absolutely. For Dos Santos, though, I think, this is just another reason why he should probably look at maybe hanging it up.
I understand, this was a tainted loss or a tainted win, regardless, however you want to put it. But Junior Dos Santos did not look like he was going to be the winner in this one from the start.
No, he hit Gane with a couple of good shots that had Gane rocked a little bit, but didn't capitalize on him like he used to. Didn't have really kind of the same movement that he's.
He just seemed to half step slower.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a spare tire around his belly, but
yeah. No, I mean it definitely appears like his age is showing.
Yeah,
so.
It really does appear like it's time for him to hang it up. You said you were talking about maybe throw him to John Jones as his first fight. That would be perfect.
I think that would be a good way for John Jones to get introduced into the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Go up against a guy who does still have
name recognition, and is still a threat.
Yeah, because still, even though he didn't look very good in this fight or his last few fights, the guy can still knock you out with one single punch.
Yeah, he's got history. He's got a name. He's a former champion, so not a problem really.
All right, so
we're on to the next fight.
Okay, so the next fight was Kevin Holland versus Jacare Sosa, and wow.
Yeah, wow. This didn't last long, and wow. Okay, so it started out. Jacare went immediately for the takedown, and he had Holland down on his back, and he literally had him in guard, and Holland called out. I had a dream about this, and literally knocked him out while he was on his back.
Yeah, beautiful.
I mean, beautiful swinging right hook off of his back, hits Jacare. And Jacare starts to bend back over, and as he's coming up, he just starts laying more hits on him. He literally had Jacare bent up, just held up against the fence.
Looked like a newborn that literally just passed out.
And just literally just putting the hammer fist.
Yeah.
I mean, it was brutal. And then he calls out Joaquin Buckley, the spinning back kick, and the other guy. So this is going to be exciting. Great for Holland. This was
a perfect coming out fight for Holland to show that all the hype that he has been putting up, mainly he's been putting up himself, has been true. And taking out a guy like Jacare, who's still a top contender, I mean, he just proved his point of,
Yeah, I'm not going to be surprised
as much as he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, really, one fight away from Anderson from Adesanya?
Yeah.
One fight away. I mean, Costa.
Yeah. He if he does end up getting Buckley, I think that'll be great. That'll be a good, entertaining fight. Both guys like to, show off. But if he ends up getting one of the top guys in the top 5 and takes them out, him and Adesanya can go at it, which
I can see them by Christmas time next year.
Yeah, and I think that would be a very entertaining
that would be
fight.
A great fight, So
as far as Jacare is, hang it up.
Yeah, that was ugly. That was
bad.
Very bad. Oh man, yeah. Go back home. It's your career's fine, man. You were the Strikeforce champion. There's no need to do that anymore.
Yeah,
that was ugly.
No, that's done and over with. So,
and
on to the next one.
Yeah, the next one. So Mackenzie Dern and Vina Jandiroba.
Yes.
And wow.
We dogged on this fight like it wasn't going to be entertaining.
And boy, we're just eating humble pie right now. Our feet are in our mouth. Wow, that was something else.
Which we are happy about that because
that's great.
Rather be wrong about that.
If we got everybody up and jumping around and having a good time and wanting to see the finish at the end of a fight between two strawweights.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know we were hard on Dern because of the weight.
She came in on weight. And she came in with a much improved striking game from her last few fights.
Yeah,
a really, really good striking game. So did Virna, but there was a few in there, but not enough. And of course there's we'll mention the weird eye poke, which just made everything look worse.
Yeah.
And then with one eye already red and everything like that, Mackenzie went out to work on the right eye, and man, she looked like Chunk.
Yeah, Jandiroba hit Dern with a very good knee that busted open up Dern's nose.
And she got a nice broken nose. She came back from that.
Yeah, she was on her back. She had blood pouring into her eyes, and just off of feel, she was able to still grapple and survive the round, and really kind of seal the deal. To get the unanimous decision.
In the third round, she was hitting some nice bombs.
Yeah,
she was really pumped. She was really hitting Jandiroba back. A couple of them really hurt her, and Jandiroba was trying to save at the end of the round, and it didn't happen. She pulled guard and tried to get a leg lock.
Yeah,
a heel hook or something like that right at the very end. It was bad, and Mackenzie. It was 29-28, so Virna took the second round easily, but the first and third, it's 3 rounds, not just one, so that's how that works.
I'm looking at the rankings, and honestly, moving Dern up due to this win, I wouldn't say she would move up very far. I mean, she did beat somebody that was ranked beneath her.
Yeah. So,
but I would like to see. Her and Michelle Watterson, I think, would be a great fight. I don't know if I'd give her somebody in the top 5. I feel like that might be a little bit too much too soon. But with the way the women's division is, I wouldn't put it past the UFC to do that because you don't have a whole lot of women up there that can contend. So
yeah, it's pretty stacked at the top. There's the champions, and then there's like maybe 2 or 3 people that we know, and then the rest is a real big hodgepodge.
Yeah,
a real big hodgepodge.
And with the way that Zhang Weili has looked since her rise to the title and claimed the title, there's no reason why you would throw Dern in there after a performance like that. She would just get obliterated. So, yeah, I say give her somebody in the top 10 and kind of see what she does, and try and search for a title contender somewhere else. But yeah, I'm glad that the fight was entertaining. We were both wrong.
Yeah, give it to Mackenzie for getting out a 29-28 win. Really good, entertaining fight. But I don't know. Maybe Carla Esparza is my pick. Yeah, give her Carla Esparza.
That'd be another one.
And see if you can take out a boxer and a wrestler.
Yeah.
She's got she's obviously a world champion Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist. She's obviously got the hands. So take the one thing is always to have the boxer go up against a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist and see how they do.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So, on to the next.
On to the next fight.
Okay, so on to Tony Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira, and wow.
Yeah, this wasn't close. This was a unanimous decision, and it's Oliveira. It's wow. Tony got beat up. Tony got beat up bad.
But he did not give up. That was the one thing. You know, Tony would obviously die out there before he gave up.
And he almost did. That first round, at the end of the first round, that arm bar. Oh my God, Oliveira hyperextended it.
Everybody here watching cringed.
Yeah.
It was bad.
DC had to turn away. He said he turned away.
Yeah. So
that's how bad it was.
It was really bad.
It was brutal. And when he came out, you could hear Oliveira's corner shouting in Portuguese to hit him in the left side because it was obvious that arm was dead coming out of the second round.
Yeah.
And Oliveira had his way with him.
No, I mean, Oliveira even when it shot in for a takedown, and Tony had a chance to put a guillotine on him with that arm.
Yeah.
And you could tell there was nothing there. It was just like a noodle wrapped around Oliveira's neck, and there was no pressure. No pressure added onto it or anything like that. See, I just got it again, the domination of Tony Ferguson. Wow. No, for me, I was obviously wrong. I know we had kind of talked about Tony moving up to 170. I think that'd be good. I think 170 it's kind of
watered down now.
And they haven't seen a guy like Ferguson. So I think it would be very interesting. He's got the frame for it, and he could easily
he could put on weight and still make a 10, 15 pound cut.
Yeah. So,
he could walk around easily about 180, 185 pounds and make it like a 10, 15 pound cut. It wouldn't be that hard for him.
Yeah. As far as Oliveira is concerned, I know
he was
at the end of the title shot.
He was rubbing his belly for the title at the end of the match.
The problem I have with that is that with Dustin and Conor getting ready to fight,
and Justin in the wings.
Justin's waiting for whoever wins that. I think that is where you have to go next because, obviously Conor lost to Khabib, gave him a decent little showing. Dustin also gave Khabib a decent little fight. Those three guys are really the only three guys that you could say should be.
Yeah, I don't think Oliveira and I don't think Oliveira and Khabib have fought.
No,
and
I don't think so.
And really, it's Khabib is a measuring stick still of this 155 pound division without a champion.
Yeah, I know Dana had a meeting with Khabib. I didn't get a chance to look into it fully. I will by the time we have our next prediction video, which will be Poirier versus McGregor. So we'll elaborate a little bit more on that. No, I think if Oliveira was smart, I think he would just kind of sit back, see how it plays out. Maybe take the loser of Poirier-McGregor and make another statement. I think he matches up well with both guys.
I also said, give him Poirier.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want any bit of Conor. I would love to see Conor and Gaethje go, though.
Yeah, no, I would.
I'm so ready for Conor and Gaethje.
I will say, though, the good part about this is Oliveira's fresh enough to where if somebody does fall out in January, he could step in.
Oh yeah. So he could fill out if somebody comes injured. He looked great. He was in great shape. He dominated the match. So, sorry to Tony. This is the one I'm surprised I got right.
So on to the main event with Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno, and
wow, yeah, not what we were expecting. A lot of things did transpire the way we predicted. We predicted that Moreno was going to put up a hell of a fight, and Figueiredo was going to come out with his belt. Other than that, we were wrong. This was a draw, a majority draw. There was Man, okay, so let's go over the controversy first. There was point deduction.
There was an eye poke, and then there was a shot to the groin, which led to a point deduction, which did make this a majority draw.
That's Figueiredo would have taken the fight had he not lost.
Yeah. And from what we were seeing, it looked like a very blatant kick to the groin. Figueiredo was tired and he needed a minute, so he took the easy way out.
He was taking some shots all the way through that third round. He had lost the second round. That was pretty obvious. He was losing that round and still lost it.
Yeah.
And then the fourth round was really up and down. The fourth round, they had the same amount of shots. Moreno had 2 takedowns.
2 takedowns, but really, you could have flipped a coin on who won that round.
And it was obvious that Figueiredo was doing damage.
Yeah. Whole act, I mean, honestly, every time Moreno got hit, you could tell it hurt. Like, Figueiredo was dropping bombs. And
at the start of the 5th round, he hit him with a couple of kicks to the side, and he messed up his left arm.
Yeah, he messed his left arm.
We thought the whole UFC, Rogan and DC, they thought the arm was broken, but of course he gets on the mic and for the interview afterwards, and he says, "No, there's something wrong with my shoulder." I was thinking the other one is he probably tore the one of the ligaments or the tendons.
I mean, he had a nice hematoma right underneath his wrist.
Man, it just looked brutal.
After every punch he threw, he would sit there, he would go,
yeah.
And then
you could see him shaking his hand.
He would grab it, shake it, pull it back by his trunks or whatever. Honestly, this is probably one of the greatest fights that I've ever seen. I'm sure that you've ever seen.
This was
super
incredible.
Super competitive.
Dana White came out and said this is the greatest fight in the flyweight division. Easily.
Yeah,
this is
without question.
I mean, and nothing against Demetrius. Screw Henry. He couldn't get anything that close to this good.
Yeah, this is a Henry Cejudo hate channel.
Yeah. So.
But
Mexicans against Henry Cejudo. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're all for Brandon Moreno and.
Yeah. Wow, that was a fight, and they should go ahead and redo this fight again.
Absolutely, I think
if it was a majority draw like that, and especially with Moreno taking those 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, the second and third round, he lit him up. He literally lit him up.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, yeah, if you get a chance to watch any of the fights, the highlights are definitely going to be huge throughout it.
We knew this pay-per-view was going to be one that was going to be exciting, and it definitely delivered on it.
No, absolutely. Definitely a coming out party for a lot of fighters on this card. A lot of fighters made their names on this card. I'm excited to see what happens, see what's coming up. We got Poirier versus McGregor next, which that should be fun and entertaining to watch.
There's a fight night that's next week.
Total stacked card.
Wonder Boy is headlining. Marias is on that card as well. Who else did we see on that card?
Greg Hardy's
on that. Yeah, so stacked card next week on ESPN Plus. And man, this was a nice pay-per-view, and that main event was something to behold.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thanks a lot.